Gordy Nelson is taking Miss Helm's place. You know, we don't know how long he's agreed to stay for at least a quarter, you know, maybe longer until we find someone. So, you know, just go to your Spanish classes and, you know, just do the best you can. Be kind to him. He's got a really tough job to do. I mean, coming in after Miss Helm, I mean, that would just be the toughest job there.
You never see her what they do that kind of thing. She's going to be ticked at me if I don't get on this meeting. We only got half an hour to go. One of the things, we have a number of other things we need to do, and one of them is the senior class officer vote. And senior class officers are elected in school-wide, and senior class officer, or the student council officers are elected school-wide, so there's a purple ballot there. Miss Sarah has a little note on the top in which she's trying to convince you that you need to vote for the best person. We all do. We'd like you to vote now so we can have that all tallied up and collected. When you're seniors, and a lot of them have to do with what you're going to do the rest of your life, or at least for the next 4 years after this. Mrs. Sullivan wanted to come down here and talk to you, but she had to go to talk to another class. But she wanted to mention some things that you need to keep in mind. I know you've already gotten information from colleges. Juniors start getting that. Colleges and vocational schools and all those kinds of things. If you haven't done this yet, a good thing to do would be to get yourself a folder. There is a ton of money available for students in scholarships, grants, aid, and all that kind of stuff. And there's a ton of money that never gets given because kids never apply for it. And there's actually even vocal scholarships here that are not given because not enough kids apply for them. There are deadlines for those kinds of things too. And you got to listen to Miss Sullivan when she does the announcements about the deadlines and find out, make sure you get them in that time. And honestly, nobody's going to come out and hand you money. You're going to have to do a little work to get it. You're going to have to apply for it. You're going to have to money. And don't rely on Mrs. Sullivan to tell you it's available. Do it on your own. Go in the office and say, okay, what scholarship should I apply for now? And most especially apply for the vocal scholarship. There's a lot of money. People are very lucky. Esko has got more money for vocal scholarships than a lot of other schools. There's not schools that would be super happy to have a long-term scholarship. $2,000 renewable. Give out 3 of them a year. That's only for Esko students. There's only 3 people in your class who do some of the next year class. 3 people will get that scholarship. So keep that in mind. Other thing, seniors can have like pictures. You know, you want to be in the yearbook. Don't let that one, you know, the drawing that Darren's going to do of you on the front page of the yearbook, in the page of the yearbook. The first thing is, you have to, this summer you got your pitch thing, right? Well, you got your pitch thing about someone professional, not just, you know, standing on the if you have a colored wallet, this is a note from Mrs. Vedder. If you have a colored wallet, the grad picture, you're supposed to bring it to Mrs. Vedder. The first deadline you have to meet is September 15th. If you don't get your grad picture in by September 15th, then you'll have the picture that Darren's going to draw of you. So make sure you get that in. In the Division of Labor, this is me. I used to always do the talking. Someone has to tell me what I have to do. see. Class officers. Important too. We already mentioned before, I already mentioned how important class officers are, especially this year. Senior class officers have a lot of duties. Ladies, give me about 10 minutes. Senior class officers have a lot of duties that they have to do. I know last year you probably saw Kat running around doing things, getting things organized. She's an excellent class president last year. She did a lot of things, probably more than the average class president. You don't have to be a Cat Victor to be class president, but you do have a lot of things that you have to do. Just because there's things that the senior class does, and the senior class officers, just because of the way it is, end up making a lot of decisions for your class. Also, homecoming. Homecoming comes up right away. The senior class actually does a lot of the work for homecoming. We sponsor the dance, we take care of the election of officer, or election of the candidates, all that kind of stuff. So there's things that have to be done right away. By the way, homecoming is October 12th. That's a Thursday game, which, because of playoffs, I would mention, right? Early. And then there's the dance is going to be on Friday. So we have never elected officers or even took nominations at this class meeting. What we would like you to do is, would you think about whether you would like to be? If you want to be, you can nominate yourself, or if you think someone else should do it, talk to them first. Make sure you talk to them, see if they want to do the job. And then we would like you to tell us sometime before noon on Thursday whether you'd like to be an officer. And then when we have a slate of officers to run, we'll run the election on probably Friday. Okay? So think about whether you want to be a class officer or not. Think about, there's a little bit of work involved, but it's something that's kind of a glory sort of thing for you too. So it's kind of nice to be a class officer. It always looks good on the old resume when you're applying for all those scholarships. Look at those things. So think about that too. We'll vote in English class on Friday.
Smile, Joyce.
Ms. Ellison reminded me of the things the officers are going to do, so just think about the things you got to do. You got homecoming, right? Graduation, senior class officers select the announcement that's used, usually for graduation, the announcement that's handed out.
T-shirts.
T-shirts, you want to do that? Kat wanted to take the senior class on a trip to New York. Don't count on that happening. Yeah, good idea.
We have. We're going to. We have money in our.
I believe you don't have any money at all. Oh, good Dennis, came to see you.
She's really cool.
Anybody have any questions?
I do.
Yes, sir.
What if our schedule's like really messed up?
I would get Ms. Sullivan. I would have to do it. Did she say when?
She did not. Yeah, you know, they should really check.
kind of follow this same pattern through the rest of the school year, that our 7th, 8th, and 9th graders can have these good floor seats. And on the high school, people can sit on the shelf and have the comfortable seats. So I'd like to welcome you for the 2000-2001 school year. Oh, God, who would have thought we would have been here? 2000. I'd also like to welcome our class of 2001. Will they please stand? Well, once again, I'd like to welcome you. You know, I guess I kind of come to you this morning with a heavy heart due to what has just gone on the last week, and I know that we've addressed that issue, and we just have to move on from there. We have support people all over the building, so it's going to be a tough way to start the year, but I think with each other's help, we're going to be able to survive that. We have a lot of new people in the building besides these 7th graders. I think there's 84 of them. 5 of them are brand new. We have about 10 other brand new students. So we've got about 100 students who are brand new to the building. So we want to make them feel real welcome because you know that the Esko tradition is just real special. We have a lot of kids. Some of them have left and returned, and we won't ask them to stand. And we've had teachers that have come from other buildings, and they say that, you know, there's a lot of real special things that go on here in Esko. So welcome 7th graders, and welcome new people to the Esko Junior Senior High. We also want to welcome a few of our new teachers. So off to your left, I think most of them are off to your left. Ms. Sullivan has an intern.
Okay, all 7th through 12th grade students, remember tomorrow first hour is the test under summer novel. You guys all read that, right? And there's going to be a special schedule because of that. First hour will be from 8:15 to 9:25. Second hour will be from 9:30 to 10:10. And third hour will be from 10:20 to 11:02. And your picture day is on Thursday. Already? Yikes. What am I going to wear? I don't know, but you look great. Where do I get the order envelope? I want to make sure I order lots of pictures. Well, Paul, you can receive them from your first hour teacher.
Okay, one announcement we also want is thanks to the custodians for the great job how they made the school for us. And seniors, today, Tuesday, everyone should have had your grad picture and be in the $15 drawing. And if you did have your pictures at Denny's, most of them were sent in. Found out if you got yours there. And the due date on them is the 17th, which is a week from Friday. So make sure you get them in the drawing. The 7th hour today for $15 off. So you better get them in. Alright. Grease cat.
Finally entered the war. Although the way we're going after the Germans, I doubt there'll be many of them left by the time the Americans get here in force. This is the great adventure of our lives, and to be a flyer is to be the happiest and luckiest of men. I've already had 10 hours solo, and I hope to be posted to my squadron at the front in a day or so.
Do you think he could have been our great-grandfather? Not.
Hey! Was that it or what?
We should play the school song game.
Give us all peace.
Yeah. No, I don't think we're gonna. No. Play it.
Joe, was that little boy part of the team?
Yeah.
Okay, just in case you do not know who all these people are, like I did not.
Yeah, we know.
We got Matt and Jamie and this little guy. Josh, Steve, and finally hiding behind the screen. So let's give him a hand to David.
Yeah! All right. Come on.
Hey, Dan.
All right.
Good luck, Z.
Thank you.
Like the house.
With what?
Insulation, glass fiber, I guess.
No, I mean, how do we pay for it?
Oh, yeah.
And look.
We have 82.
January 31st. You can 1650. It's a long sleeve shirt. Will you help me out here? Okay, there's gonna be an envelope. Just bring it into Mrs. Ellison's room. If you can't pay, like you seriously can't, you have to talk to me before the 29th, and then we'll try to make other arrangements. We're decorating for Snow Week on Sunday at 4:00.
Anybody in particular want to be in charge of like gift decorations?
I know.
Well, we need like
Donate. Just like there's meters and stuff. What are we decorating?
I have white crepe paper.
Sit down.
What
do we have to decorate? Like the whole
What kind of paper are we using?
tropical.
Why?
Is this a comedy?
Don't ask questions.
What are you doing? Why are we decorating our home?
Because that's what we do, Mark.
Oh,
And Thursday night, meet at the school at 8 o'clock out front because we're going to be building our snow sculpture. Next Thursday?
Yeah.
Next Thursday because it's Judged on Friday.
Like tomorrow?
8 o'clock. A week from tomorrow in front of the school at 8 o'clock.
What?
At night.
What's gonna happen at 8?
We are building a snow sculpture.
What are we making?
Yeah. And it's not judged on Friday.
He's still mad at
The halls are judged on Monday.
We're almost
Friends sometimes.
The seniors will win.
Yeah, don't listen.
You get your
Don't the seniors win no matter what?
No.
No matter what happens, I get in trouble.
Please come. It'll be fun if you come. We're trying to.
Believe in our
You noticed the wave in Mark's hair due to the non-showering for 3 days. And of course, Friday is Blue and Gold Day, modeled by Amy and Mindy. The class with the most participation for the days will be awarded 10 extra points. The person who is the most creative with his or her dress will be awarded a special prize and will earn 5 points for his or her grade. The winner for the hallways will be announced later today. The points will be as follows: 30 for first, 24 for second, 16 for third, 12 for fourth, and 8 for fifth. 30 points will be awarded to the class which finds the medallion. The medallion will be somewhere in the school and you will be able to see. The first clue is shining like the sun. The medallion is fun. Next, we will announce the snowboard candidates.
Nice deal. Unique.
Okay, now we're introducing the snowboard candidates.
They'll vote on Friday.
We will vote on Friday, so everybody in school that day. Representing the Duke and Duchesses, 10th grade, Mr. Jay Ford. Happy birthday, Jay. Jason Fitchie and Becca Denny. And here is the lovely Ryan Mackey and Brianna Haywood. The cheerleaders, Prince and Princess, will be Matt DeBoer, Janine Kukless, Angel Runke, Greg Morgan, Josh Johnson, and Carrie Gisk. The candidates for the seniors, Kay and Wayne, are Ryan Nelson and Bettina Keppers, Derek Johnson and Carrie Krause, Justin Johnson, and Teresa DeWayne. Remember to vote Friday. Congratulate your candidates and shake their hands and all. Thank you. Go buy some donuts now. You're not the best.
Was reliable. What else could I ask Mr. Williams? Mr. Williams, do you know anybody else who says the aliens make themselves invisible?
Oh, heard tell Mike Platt does, but he skedaddled out of here about a half an hour ago.
got 10 games. 8 of them are at home. We're going to make a run at the tournament. And I hope everybody comes out to watch the game tonight. It's going to be a big one. Big crowd. I guess they're raising some banners for the state teams. So it should be a fun one. Hope to see you there.
When was our last
Can we get all the school tour candidates come down? Here's the girls' basketball team.
That's good. The girls team's doing really good this year. We're 5-0 in our polar league. And tonight's game could change it all. So if you guys come out there and cheer for us, it would be really helpful, all right?
And we're going to tie male and a female member of the candidacy together. They'll each have 2 balloons tied to their legs. And we'll send them all scurrying off around the gym, and they're going to try to pop each other's balloons. And so whoever has balloons left at the end wins the game. Easy enough. I am subbing in for Josh Johnson because he's not able to be here because of hockey. So I'm going to be in this game.
I bet they just tripped and they... Wouldn't you laugh? Yep. Genji's out. I don't know.
Is everybody ready? All right, go.
Why don't they run forward?
come down. They're going to be representing the CEC hockey team. Boo! And Peter, stop! We're representing the Esko hockey team stuff today because they're in Roseau. But yeah, they're doing pretty good. They've won more games than they've lost, I've heard. And yeah, they're doing a good job this year. You should go watch them. Oh, my name is Paul Sandstrom. I'm a senior at Esko High School. And this is the East Side Anteaters hockey team. And with some West Side hockey players, but that's not really good. And yeah.
I bet they suck. I bet they're not even good.
Non-ski team come down.
Way to go, Nick.
Edit that part out.
Are you recording? Yeah. Why?
Ski team's having a good year. A lot of people are out. And I don't know who this kid is who just came up behind me. Yeah, we're doing great. And it's almost over. Our section meet is next Thursday.
Yeah, we got 3 new coaches. It's a lot of fun. You guys come ski with us. It's a lot of fun. And that's it. To come down, please. Neil Denny and Carrie Straw, Troy Gibbs, Justine, Derek Kaminsky, Carla Rumsky, Dan Lauren, Chris Ford, Joe Polinsky, Tanya Nessa, Daniel Wilson, and Joe Sutterberg.
I don't like the sounds of that.
You start out, you have to pick the bananas off the tree. So you have to pick bananas. Pick bananas. Got to pick bananas. Pick bananas. Okay, that's what I'm picking. Now you have to peel the bananas. So you got to peel bananas. Peel bananas. Got to peel. Okay, now I don't see anybody peeling bananas. Okay. Now you gotta eat them. You gotta eat bananas. Eat bananas. Got to eat bananas. Eat bananas. Okay, now you gotta go bananas. You gotta go bananas. Go bananas. Got to go bananas. Go bananas. Alright, that was really pathetic.
Let's make note that this pet fest sucks.
Okay. The people in the stands are the ones who get the point. So you have to do it to get the point. Nobody's doing it. So you need to back through. And I want you guys to do it really good. Let's go, seniors. Ready? You got to pick bananas. Pick bananas. Got to pick bananas. Pick bananas. Got to peel bananas. Peel bananas. Got to peel bananas. Peel bananas. Eat bananas. Got to eat bananas. Eat bananas. Got to go bananas. Go bananas. Got to go bananas. Go again. Got to pick bananas. Pick bananas. Got to pick bananas. Do it. Peel bananas. Ran away again. Well, I'm the lead girl ski team from the Esko ski team. We also have one boy, Matt Rockwell.
Matt Rockwell's a stud!
And the girls team, we're doing pretty good. We usually get like second, third, sometimes fourth in our meet. We have 2 weeks left.
Great.
Technically 2 weeks, so everyone who's doing okay. Well, the boys are doing okay. They suffer a lot of falls. They're in the meet.
Dan.
The snow sculptures were granted points. The seniors igloo won.
get for the
Okay, now it's time for roll
Anything?
call.
We just lost power.
What are you gonna do?
Think fast. Hand me the microphone.
Hello, Stacy.
Playing Reverend Paris will be Sarah Nember. Playing her daughter Betty Olson. Betty Paris will be Susie Olson. Sarah Wagner plays the parts of Teacher Bot, and Nikki plays the parts of Abigail Williams. Laura is Mrs. Putnam, and Hawthorne, Mike is Mr. Paris. Mercy Williams. Mercy Lewis. Very hard. Dan Whitney playing the part of John Proctor. Ben Rod is playing the part of Reverend Seals. Matt is one of our tech guys. So is Big Vic. Hello, your hands. Big Vic Warehouse.
closet ALD student, and he's taken some classes over at ALC. But, and then I hear from the teacher, well, they haven't done anything, I haven't seen them in 2 months, and so they'll drop you. So there are a couple of people that Miss Sullivan and I are still concerned about. And I don't want to make that call on Thursday, June 7th. Is that what it is? Yeah, Thursday, June 7th. I don't want to make that call. That's real hard. I remember talking to the principal at East a couple of years ago, and we talked about stuff like that. I said, how many of those calls do you usually make on the day of graduation? He said, oh, maybe sometimes 2 or sometimes you say half dozen or something. And he said, usually at East when he calls the parent and says that, the parent will say, my attorney will be in your office this afternoon. insurance can't do anything for you. I mean, if you haven't been doing the things that you're expected to do, a lawyer's not going to do well, so you go through graduation. So I want you people to be honest with me when I say, how are you doing in that ALC class, or how are you doing making up this particular class, or how are you doing in English, or something like that. If I know that might be a problem, and remember, you can be a half a credit short, and so that's not going to be a surprise to you if you're half a credit short, because we've had you in for meetings in the fall. I've sent letters to you. I sent out 8 registered letters. Every board meeting, one of the board members says, well, Mr. Berglund, is there anybody else that's on the bubble? I'll say, yeah, I sent out 8 letters, 8 registered letters. And there might be only 2 or 3 people that I'm really concerned about. And you know yourself as you look around, there are some people that they're on the bubble. And there are people that have attendance contracts. And if you're on the attendance contract, I have to treat everybody fairly. I can't have Jennifer on an attendance contract and she skips, and I'll say, Jen, don't let it happen again. And then have Aaron on an attendance contract. Aaron skips, maybe they both skip the same day, and Aaron's been a better student, so I'll say, Aaron, don't let it happen again. And then Ashley skips, and I'll say, Ashley, sorry, you're out of class, you just lost the credit. I have to be fair. So you're on a contract, and you have an unexcused tardy or unexcused absence, you're out of class, you get a grade F, okay? I'm sorry, I don't want to do that, but I have to do that so that you know attendance contracts are serious. Number 1, you shouldn't be on it. And number 2, if you violate the contract, I just have to be consistent. So let's see. Oh, speaking of movies, did you see this Star Trek athlete? What's his name? Pedro won a couple of state events last year. Dismissed from school for, did you read that article yesterday? Attendance. He went on a contract like April 4th. He skipped a couple days. They dropped him from school. So schools do that. I don't like to have to do that, but we just did that within the last couple weeks, and somebody's no longer here. No names, please. Don't ask who. Detentions, you know that you have the whole quarter to serve detention. They used to have a policy where you couldn't serve detention. You couldn't go to the prom unless you had served detention. I don't want to jump through that thing. You buy your tux and rent your tux and yell by the dress and, sorry, you owe 1 detention for being tardy and not more than right. That's pretty tough to do that. So people have till June 7th. But don't think that I'm going to forget them, because I just keep saying when I mark by your name that you're a senior. So the best thing for you to do is just take care of it the week that you have it, instead of sending them a detention for back, or detentions plural from back on the first week of May. Also incomplete. Some people get incomplete, so I still let them go through graduation, because I know that it's just probably something that's marginal. So incomplete wouldn't keep you out. On Friday, May 25th, then something that we started a few years ago, you'll get your sign-out sheet. So that will give you Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, to do that. Where's Monday?
There's school on Monday.
There's school on Monday that week, or is that
No,
Memorial Day?
you're talking the week before. Yeah, Memorial Day.
Okay. So that gives you, like a full week for those sign-out sheets. So then you have to have all your teachers sign it, that the books are in, you don't owe any art fees or something like that. You don't owe any library fees. Mr. Abbott will sign that out. You don't owe any detention. So I'm the last one to sign it. You also have one of your advisors for myself check your locker to see that everything's cleaned out and all your stickers are up and everything. So it's just, teachers do the same thing. Every spring, they have to sign out to get their last paycheck. So it makes it a little easier for us to begin processing your diploma if we have everything in place for you. Okay, so you'll get those sign-out sheets. Some people lose them. You just have to start over again, okay? And incidentally, speaking of the 3 days, and I've been asked that question a couple times. So this goes back to when I first became principal. A concern is always skip days. there's a skip day, you're going to go out to Big Lake or you're going to go down to Moose Lake and there's going to be some drinking and somebody's going to drive. It just happened a few years at Denfeld, maybe about 4 years ago. They had a party up at a lake north of Duluth and Cotton, and both this guy and the gal were drunk, and I can't remember whose car it was, but they debated it as to who should drive. And so I think one of them started driving and the other one said, I better drive. And so, then I think the girl drove and they went in the ditch, went off the road, and they were both killed. I mean, just days before graduation. If there's anything we can do to prevent that, we want to prevent that. And so the attempt is that if people don't have an organized skip day, what's organized? Well, you have a beautiful day like today and all of a sudden there's 6 or 8 people gone or a dozen people gone. I just have kind of an arbitrary figure in my head. What's organized? Well, it's more than a few people all of a sudden gone on a nice day. If it's just a few people, I'll hold those few people accountable, not the whole class. But I guess, it's so important that, and for those of you who have driver's ed, you know that the critical time for people having accidents is when they're 17, 18 years old. You can live till you're 20 and drive. You're probably going to have a long, healthy life. This is when you're the most at risk. So that would be a day when you're really at risk. A skip day with some drinking and pile a bunch of people in the car. How fast this thing go anyhow? And off you go down the highway. Have you ever heard somebody say that before? Yeah. So it's been a number of years since we've had a prank. I think the last one was when they moved to Buffalo. We had baseball players that couldn't play in the district baseball game because they were ruled ineligible. We had kids that there wasn't any school left, so we had them do community service at the Buffalo House for, I can't remember how many hours, but charges were filed. And so, the pranks, the writing on the highway and that's fine. I think that's relatively innocent. I don't have a problem with that. And Mr. Ladle, Mr. Ladle has been reimbursed more than once for the roof. So you just keep changing the roof number. I don't have a problem with that either, but it comes out of your, it'll be money that comes out of your treasury. Okay? That's the one thing, because that property damage to an individual. So I usually negotiate a fee with him, and he keeps collecting money, and seniors keep paying his roof. So, but not to worry about that. But something that's of some damage. Some people have said, well, they're gonna pull a prank on you, Mr. Bergman. I don't know. If it's fairly innocent, I don't have a problem with that. But even if you embarrass me to a degree, I wouldn't have a problem with that publicly. But remember, I'm done a few days after you are, and your diploma, I'm supposed to be going to Australia within a couple weeks after. Your diploma is going with me to Australia. Try to find me in Australia. So, pardon me. Okay, the sign-out sheets. The other thing I have to explain about those 3 days, so that has always been what I have negotiated with the board is I tell the board members, same thing I'm telling you. So if we don't have the break, or if we, first of all, just started the skip day. If we don't have the skip day, we'll let them off 3 days early. Well, almost through all the years that I've been here, seniors would graduate on Thursday of Memorial Day week. So there's no school on Monday, and then you have 3 days off. So Friday would have been your last day. This year is different. We go to school for a full week, not full week, but 4 days after the week of Memorial Day. But I have never negotiated with the board that you get 4 days off. It's always been 3 days, and traditionally has been, you're not here on Memorial Day, you don't come on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and you have graduation Thursday night. So when somebody said that, this class was, I just kind of made an arbitrary decision that one was like, 3 days, and the others have been 4 days. I wouldn't have done it before. Teachers probably wouldn't. Well, teachers might want to be done before.
I was thinking more like 4 weeks.
We're done. Diploma's handed out tonight. So I've always been consistent with that, okay? I didn't want to be, unfair to you people. So that kind of agreement, Mr. Farrow said, gee, some boys are talking openly about what they're going to do. And, so we have to start talking openly about being here through Thursday from 7. I don't think you want to do that. And the advantage also is to get out early is that there are some people that have to come back, and they do, they catch up on ALC classes. They catch up on English paper that they're behind it. So it really serves a twofold purpose. Number one, some people that need a little bit more time, they do have that time. If you're working on something, that also serves as detention time. If you have to come back for anything, that serves as detention time. Okay. So any question, then I'll turn it over to these two people. The next time we'd be back here then would be for baccalaureate, which is Wednesday, like May 30th. Is that right? Yeah. Wednesday, May 30th. And then we'll meet here before commencement on graduation. Okay, so you're going to come in here and we'll have, whatever final announcements, and then we'll walk down there and line up, okay? So this has become our new meeting place. Okay, Mr. Old, Ms. Ellison.
Okay, a couple of things, guys. Your t-shirts, okay? Put a rush on the order, and they're coming May 11th. All right? The shipment date is May 8th, and they're coming May 11th. This is a Friday. Now, depending on when UPS delivers, you'll get them that Friday or Monday the 14th. Okay? If we have a couple of extra t-shirts, we'll let you know. But at this point, I'm not sure. Okay? The next thing is your grad announcements are coming May 2nd. When you ordered them in February and you measured your caps and gowns, many of you only put down a $20 deposit. So on these 3 posters, one of these posters will be by KL's room, one will be by Mr. Farrow's room, and one will be at the end of the hall, kind of on that wall that you see in the locker lobby. You need to check what your balance is. Many of you will have to
Be aware of that. For those people